What's going on, people? What is going on? As you already know, this is Monday night. Shut up, phone. And this is the Cooler Talk Monday. I am your host, the six man K Styles. And to my stage left, if I look on this way, he's a mad scientist. Senator Palpatine. Execute Order 66. Mad Mike Sports. And welcome to our world. And before we get the show started, hold on, wait a minute. Oh, never mind. All right. Before we get the show started, we got 3 special words for the people. What are those special words, Mike?
The real
roll call. All right, and today's roll call, we're going to kick it off with Mr. Lee 85, Isaac Crimes. We got Big Ant in the building, Jerry Bowie, William Amy, JB, the one to smoke, Pat Norris, Eric Mack. We got Michael Walker, not that Michael Walker. Got our man Yusuke Nizite. That sounds like a Power Ranger for some reason when I say Yusuke Nizite. Okay, back to what I was saying. Sonia, Nathan Floyd, Bubba Gum, D. Coleman, Isaiah Thomason, Fred Buzz. We got Mr. 58 in the building, Jamarius. We got the Lonely Wolf. I ain't saying all that.
Yeah, I ain't saying all this shit.
We'll call it the Lonely Wolf. But all right, so that's hold on. We got a couple more in here. We got a couple more minutes. We got Miss Key, she in the building. We got the therapist as well. Hey, appreciate y'all joining us. D. Sloan. Hey. Let's just go ahead and get started with this, man. I know a lot of people kind of waiting to see what the hell we got going on. So, ain't no countdown. Shut that shit off. Boom. All right. Mad Mike Sports. Nah, ain't no attitude, man. Ain't no attitude. I mean, like I said, it's a good day. It's a good day. I'm breathing. We all breathing. We doing the show here. We got the people watching us. Getting the opportunity to do it again tomorrow. So I think we all should feel very blessed. So, Mad Mike Sports, what's on your mind? How you want to kick this off? Oh yeah, before we do that, also make sure y'all hit that like button, share this. Like I said, just leave your comments, do all that, man. Just do it. Just do everything. It's all free. All right, Mike. What you got? What you got for us?
I got some. Y'all some damn fools for buying them damn Beyonce tickets. Some damn fools. You pay no damn $3,000 for them damn tickets for her to sit on a damn horse with a damn silver dress on. The hell? Oh, child.
I was not expecting that.
Won't even give me damn $5 on the damn super chat. You gonna spend some damn $2,000-$3,000 on a damn Beyonce ticket? Crazy. A damn fool. That's all I got. This is a damn fools.
On that note, let's get started with some Atlanta Falcons off-season talk, man. As we are, I was not expecting that, bro. I ain't even gonna tell you no lie. This was not scripted, y'all. I was not expecting that. I was expecting that towards the end, but not at the beginning. All right, so as we know, very interesting weekend that's passed. Like you said, you had the Shrine Bowl and you had the Senior Bowl practices, and then now you getting news that Jimmy Garoppolo's name is being mentioned with the Falcons right now, and it's like, Mike, did you get a chance to kind of check out any other practices and stuff as far as the Senior Bowl and Shrine Bowl, or get any news takes on it?
I didn't, but I will say this.
Look.
I don't even know what I'm gonna say. I didn't see it, but I'll say this. The coaching staffs with the Patriots and the Falcons, I think that's I'm more focused on the coaching staff than I think you look at what the Falcons focus on level is really these long corners, man.
Oh yeah.
Been on these long corners, these tall on, which makes me believe that maybe Isaiah Oliver isn't out of the picture. I don't think he's out of the picture, especially the types of corners that they're going after. He is an experienced guy, played in defense, and today Nielsen said they're not going to really change the defense. The defense is going to be the same, but they're going to add a little something to it.
Right. Yeah, because I was about to say the consensus was the Atlanta Falcons were really paying attention to a corner named Nehemiah Shelton. Now, it's kind of hard to find a lot of footage on him online. For some reason, San Jose State games, you really can't find nothing on them online like that. You have to try to you have to try to go through Twitter and just find clips and just make your assessment out of them. Like I said, we ain't got no San Jose State tape over here. But that was one of the main names I was hearing about the Falcons looking at, especially throughout the Shrine Bowl year. Like I said, he is one of those long corners, about 6'2", 200. And it kind of makes sense too, because the identity is you want a physicality on all three phases of the game. Like I said, and I really do believe they will keep Isaiah Oliver. Like I said, it's not going to be a cheap like I said, it's not going to be an expensive re-sign. But like you said, it's just about that physicality and that secondary. Now, like I said, you may be able to throw one more guy in there. We don't know who it is. We don't know what position, as far as it may be another corner or it might be another safety. We don't know. But if we look at where they're going as far as these coaching hires, and then, like I said, shout out to Isaac Crimes up here earlier. Damn, hold on. I'm trying to get this thing up here. I'm gonna give a shout out to Isaac Crimes for this, but he was basically saying the Falcons just recently hired Dave Huxtable as a defensive analyst. Like you said, was at Alabama the last couple years. The one thing about this guy that like I said, I just found out about this literally about 5 minutes ago. So like I said, I'm shooting from the hip on this. But Ryan Nielsen was actually under his coaching staff, I think, at NC State. So there's familiarity right there. And it's very interesting. And I'm gonna ask everybody a question. I'm gonna ask everybody a question. And I want you to answer this, Mike, too. They're throwing all the experienced coaches on defense, especially all the like name guys, like you said, the Frank Bushes and the Jerry Graves, like you said, the Dave Huxtable. They're throwing a lot of experienced coaches on defense, but they're throwing a lot of the younger coaches on offense. What does that mean to you? What do you what how do you think about that?
Um, I'll say um, defensively, I think that's where they're looking to develop talent a lot more than the offensive side of the ball. It's like I think they have a clear picture of what they want offensively now. Um, but I think the true growth, um, the true growth of the teams are going to come once you build that balance. So like I think he has a clear picture. Him and Dave are going. They have a good relationship. You got T.J.
Mm-hmm.
Yates, the quarterback coach. Um, what's the tight end coach? I know his name. Dang it. But they have a
What is
good, solid.
Justin Peel?
I think it's Peel. Yeah, Justin Peel. So they have a fairly qualified offense, offensive staff. So I don't issue there. And Arthur pretty much played under the best of the best went down to offensive coaches. So it's like I don't think he's hurting for anything. They have a clear picture, but I think they clearly states that they want to develop these young guys. They'll bring in most experienced guys on secondary, linebacker, defensive line. I think this is all about defensive. They want to get these young guys in to that foundation is set. And that's what I was talking about earlier. Everybody's so focused on now, win. We got money. We can spend money. But like in order to have sustained success, you got to have a foundation, man.
Mm-hmm. Then you
Can't
also have to
have
think
guys
about
running
it. Right. Go ahead. My bad, Mike.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, and kind of piggybacking off what you say as far as that sustained success. Like I said, even if you got money, like I said, when you looking at guys in free agency, like let me throw some names out here, like you said about with the Jesse Bates and the Deron Paynes and the Patrick Petersons and the Dalvin Tomlinsons. Um, like I said, possible Khalil Mack out there, Keenan Allen looking like he might get cut, Jared Everett looking like he might get cut. These just a few names. One thing free agents are going to look at too is we have to get out the mindset thinking that if we throw a bag at them, they're going to automatically want to come here. That doesn't always work like that. Like you got certain guys that will do it for a bag, but then you got certain guys that's looking to come into a situation where you're building a foundation or the foundation is there, or where they just come in there and just fit in and just being able to do what they got to do. Like that plays a part in it as well. Like I said, $56 million in cap space really ain't nothing. So they
Mm-hmm.
still have to. They still have to be smart with it. And then, like I said, if you're building a foundation the right way, you may be able to get free agents to come in here for a cheaper deal. than what their market value is. That's how you bring in free agents, the good ones at that. You have to set the foundation.
You have to have a foundation. Like you can't just say, "All right, come here." Why am I coming here? Like I got money. Yeah, everybody got money. It's like, what's the benefit of coming to Atlanta? And that's the thing. A lot of people didn't know. It's like, man, Ryan ain't here no more. Julio not here no more. You can't say, "All right, we have this guy. Come play with this guy." It's like it may not be conducive to their skill set. Like, yeah, we have popular guys, but not everybody want to play with popular guys. Like you have to have a reason to come here at Atlanta. Now they have a reason to come to Atlanta, being that you have all these coaches that are known for developing talent. Second, in another thing too, the bringing up Mr. Huxtable, and I'm not talking about Heathcliff Huxtable. I'm talking about Dave Huxtable. What did that do? That
I called him Thor's dad. Oh my god!
But that was too easy. But you have him. I mean, you got two things right now. He has connections to Alabama, and then you have two guys. You have a few guys, well, one guy in the first round in Will Anderson. It's like he coached him there also, so you got to keep an eye on that. But like maybe I'm not exactly sure, but maybe he has a connection to Deron Payne too, so that may be something that you can kind of look out for. Like that, the Falcons are playing some real mind games with a lot of teams that forces you to really like, all right, what are these guys up to?
Right. And William here said, and this is something that I've been seeing floating around here recently, saying that Travis Kelce said the Atlanta coaching staff is pretty much not using Kyle Pitts the right way.
I'm trying to fuck up and watch his damn team.
It's very interesting that it's very interesting. Like I said, this is no diss to nobody, but it's very interesting. They say he's not being used the right way. But he was literally like 40 yards away from breaking the NFL tight end receiving record.
Yeah, that's why I say he needs to shut the fuck up. Like that has nothing to do with the fact that they're using it right. Like this last year they was using it right, and then a matter of a year you say they're not using it right. Like shut the fuck up. Like play in the Super Bowl, mind your damn business.
Hey, what's the difference though? What was the difference between them using him last year and this year?
A quarterback. That's literally it. The quarterback's up. It's like don't give it as they're not using it right. It's like a matter of a quarterback. The quarterback wasn't passing on the ball, and then when he not getting the ball, y'all say he's not using it.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense? So it's not a matter of them not using them right. It's the fact that the quarterback is not getting them the ball.
Right. And that's what South was talking about. He was talking
what
about
season
this
he's talking about. He needs to what he's saying. It's stupid. That's not using them right. You just not passing them the ball. It's not the fact that you not using them right.
Yeah.
He's just not. He's not getting the quarterback passing the ball.
Yeah. You have to overcompensate the run game to hide the deficiencies of what the quarterback brought. And as we already know, as well, is even when we do say that, I've always said with Desmond Ridder, they did him right, because if you look at what the season expectations was from the outside looking in, I ain't talking about just from what their expectation was, because we already know they got a plan. Their plan is set in motion. But from the outside looking in, this team wasn't expected to go nowhere. And what you wanted to do was, because since you didn't have that expectation, you didn't have that pressure to do that, to okay, I gotta do this. Like every player plays to want to go to the playoffs. Let's just get that out the way. But when you have a guy that you're trying to be invested in one way you can throw him out there, but then, like I said, it's another way to where you necessarily don't have to. You have two sides of the spectrum. You're literally looking at this year's Super Bowl where you literally got two quarterbacks that literally sat a rookie years. I think Patrick Mahomes played one game. I think Jalen Hurts was kind of like brought in on spot duty and stuff like that. So, and then we talk about Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's he played his rookie year, but he only played like 4 games and then he got hurt. So does it really count? So they did it right by, like you said. Unfortunately, when it comes out, Marcus Mariota done quit on the team after he lost his job. He throwing Tasmanian devil passes on Thursday Night Football, and
come on, man.
Hey.
Like, what we talking about? That ain't got nothing. That does not say. Like I said, I don't know if that what he said. Like, if that's what he said, you need to shut the fuck up, because that's not like, if you got a quarterback throwing the ball up in the air like you fucking Superman or something, that's not using him incorrectly. It just sucks.
Right. But
it's like everybody was looking at Drake as a bust because they weren't getting the targets. Now that is being thrown out of the window right now. Like, nobody's saying he's a bust now because he's getting targets. So like, if those are getting big targets, nobody's complaining about nothing.
See, somebody trying to bring out the foolishness in the chat. I ain't trying to pay it no damn attention.
Look, I'm sorry.
I ain't trying to pay it no attention.
That, okay. Yeah, we just sorry that your mama named you that name.
What you say? So sit your goofy head down.
For that name. Just the name itself. Just sit goofy head down.
Man, we like I said, we try to have a team discussion, and like I said, ain't nobody talking about no goddamn Lamar Jackson right now. I'm tired of talking about this shit. I want to talk about something else, damn it. And speaking of that, let's get on to the next topic for the night. And everybody's waiting for us to talk about. The Ryan Nielsen presser was today for a lot of the Falcon fans, and from what I've heard, is a lot of the Falcon fans were pretty excited about the presser and what they got from the energy of it. Let's see. So, Mad Mike,
you
got a point on this one. Look, what was your thoughts on Ryan Nielsen? Everybody let me know what y'all thoughts on Ryan Nielsen was. And shout out to my homie, Let's Get It GA. He back on the 2K grind now. Y'all make sure y'all go and show him some love over there as well. Show Jameer some love as well, too. So he said, fellas, one thing I know for sure, we're gonna have tons of money. We can finally fill this roster out. We sitting pretty in the draft. No more excuses for Arthur Smith. I'm gonna say that for later. I'm gonna say that. I wouldn't say no more excuses for Arthur Smith. This is more so now you have an opportunity to build what you want. So you
Man,
can't
look, I'm not gonna be. Never mind. I'm sorry.
look. I'm gonna say it like I'm gonna say it like this. When we say no more excuses, it's one thing for him to have a squad of the team that he wants to build for a couple years. The problem is when you're building a team, when you coming into a situation where I'm just gonna be honest with you, where you pretty much handicapped. Now you have an opportunity, and then like I said, now you finally get the opportunity to put your vision on the board. I mean, you kind of see it a little bit, but you get to put your vision and the players you want. It's still not fair to him to say, okay, now if he doesn't make the playoffs, he needs to get fired. When this is the first year he had where he actually has money and he ain't got to go through a whole bunch of restructures and stuff and pushing money back. And now you screwed for next year, and you got that in the red and cap, so you got to shop at the 99-cent store to get players and stuff. So it's kind of like it's under like you said, like you said. Now the ball is. I think the better term to use is the ball is in your court now. That's a better way to put it. The ball is in your court.
Even that's too far, K-Style. Even that's too far. Like even that's and say the ball is in your court now. Just like even that's too far. Like when you've been shoved shit all your life and then you finally get a decent meal. Don't tell me this the last meal. This the last decent meal. That's essentially what you guys are telling Arthur. This man been fed bullshit for 2 years straight, and then he finally gets a decent meal. Y'all gonna say, that's the last y'all got. This is the mentality that people have when it comes down. All right, I fed you. Now stop complaining. That's what you saying to this man, and it's an ignorant way to think. It's like this man has literally had this. This is the first time. Not even Arthur. This is the first time Terry has had the ability to go out and bring in the players that they want to bring in. And then here we go as a fan base saying, make it happen or else. Like, come on, bro. That's ignorant. It's not fair. It's pure ignorance and it's not fair at all.
Yeah, like I said, and the thing about it too is, we need to really get on this presser, but I'm gonna spend a couple more minutes on this. Like I said, I'm gonna say it like this: you only have that mindset for people you don't want. Let's just keep it real. When you don't want somebody, like you said, the leash is short. When it's somebody, like you said, if this was a coach that everybody wanted, let me use for an example. Let's say, I'm just going to use this for example. I'm not going to. Let's say if the Falcon fans wanted Sean Payton as the head coach, and he went through the shit that. No, I take that back. No, we're going to use a first year head coach. Oh, let's throw Eric Bieniemy in this. If Eric Bieniemy got to a situation where the Atlanta Falcons had been in, when literally you're starting 2 wide receivers, literally want it out.
This is exactly what you just said. This comment is proof of what you just said. Yeah, because you don't like them. Exactly what K-Style just.
Like I said, cause think about it.
That's
like
why
I said, your starting wide receiver, your 2 starting wide receivers, up and want it out. You was in the red as far as your money for the past 2 years. And you luckily, by the grace of God, ended up with 14 wins. Like you said, barring some mistakes from players, which really should have been 10 wins on both seasons. See, now if this was like a guy like everybody wanted Eric Bieniemy, see now the leash is longer. It's a longer leash because, like I said, now it's well he's not working with nothing. But because it's Arthur Smith and he wasn't the first choice, now it comes into, like I said, now it's like, okay, I don't like this motherfucker. I don't like the way he does things. Like I said, you on my shit list from day one.
Yeah, I don't like his play calling. I don't like this and I don't like that. When your first comment is I don't like something, then you can't be trusted when it comes down to your to be truthful about a situation because you start beginning your statement about a person on something negative.
Right. I'm trying to figure out an example. It's like I'm trying to think. I'm trying to put this in the right word. No, you know what? Nah, I ain't gonna do it because I can't even think of a damn example. The only thing I say is when we talking about a guy finally being able to actually grocery shop. I'm not going to look for his downfall or say stuff like that because like I'm using an example. I'll use myself as an example. I went through a year and nobody was watching me. That's fine. We had to sit here, like I said, we sat here, did shows, do whatever, and we had to do what we had to do, despite nobody watching anything we do. Now I get an opportunity to get a broader audience. Now, if my stuff goes up a little bit, am I considered a failure just because it went up slightly? Or am I looking at trying to progress to get to that next level?
And let me say this real quick because I think this is worth stating. And K-Style pretty much stated to say it though, but like the only time we only criticize people is when we're not fully 100% sold on that particular person. That's why I always say it's like don't listen to me when it comes down to certain guys like Michael Walker because I'm not like I don't really like him anyway. So all you're gonna get from me is a bunch of bullshit when it comes down to Michael Walker. Like he's ass. That's the first thing you're gonna see come out my mouth is he's ass.
Y'all literally sat here for a whole year and heard me bashing Stephen Means and Tyler Davison. Y'all literally sat through a whole year.
But those guys are who they are. Like as we always state, they are who they are. Arthur Smith has had success. He's been one of the best coaches, offensive coordinators when it comes down to scoring points. His offense is always focused. They're always around 20 points a game. And that's the average. He's always one of the best rushing teams and best scoring teams in the red zone. That's always. He's always has one of the best third down conversion teams in the league. That's always. Even when it was with Matt Ryan, they still converted the ball on third down. You isn't whether or not he's a good play caller. The issue is whether or not you like his play call.
Right. But like I said, just like really where the issue comes down to is because it's not of the norm as far as this is the exact play. This is like the exact same play calling he was calling in Tennessee. The biggest difference is you got Derrick Henry. Down here you don't. It's the exact same play calling. And Tennessee been successful. And while he was down there, Tennessee was 10, 11 win teams. Like you said, he may not have been the head coach, but he was on that coaching staff. So gotta remember that, folks. We got a couple guests in here. We got a couple guests as you already
I ain't no
see.
guest. I'm over here doing my producer work because I'm trying to put a link so everybody know about this red and black event in July. Just coming to interrupt the show because that's how I do. That's how I just operate. Y'all better deal with it. You know, Maggie ain't got no manners. So just saying, July, we got a tentative date of the 22nd. Keep that in mind. But I'm going to put the link in. I want everybody to RSVP for this event in July. Once we get it locked and set, we'll give y'all the location. So be patient with us. But we finna be partying for the summer. So y'all get ready. If you're traveling, we're going to have travel arrangements. Let me turn this TV off real quick. Travel arrangements and things like that. You know, we're going to try to get that happen. But we need to know exactly where you're coming from, what's going on. You know, let us know I'm coming from out of town so we can make those arrangements for y'all so y'all can get some room blocks and be able to kind of come out and stay somewhere comfortable. But we need to know. So I'm going to put the link in the chat so everybody can get it and just go ahead and RSVP now because we need a head count to how we can feed y'all. And get y'all drinks and stuff like that. Don't come in here talking about we didn't know. I'm telling you now, you got months in advance to know about this event. So I'm just saying, people. Get it.
Good little time.
Oh man. Hey man. We're gonna party like it's 1999 in the red and black.
Yeah, we're gonna get Mike to put on his Prince pants and
girl, you would come in here talking about somebody wearing some goddamn Prince pants.
You know, he gonna be
Look, I got enough of that in school. People used to I got compared to Prince a lot in school. And trust me, you won't see me with no Prince pants.
Come on, Mike, you gotta put the Prince pants on.
I'm
trying to leave a comment.
It's not happening, sister.
I'm going to log on somewhere else. I don't know why I can't leave a comment.
And Noah said I questioned his play calling at times, but there's more good than bad, and the defense would help balance that out. I mean, you also have to think about it too. Nobody told Marcus Mariota to fumble on the goal line, which could have been a win.
No.
All right, there y'all go.
Nobody told Taquan Graham to fumble when he picks up a fumble.
Oh God, no, Jesus!
We got enough room for everybody. Come on out. All over the country. Shoot, come to Atlanta and party with us. We need to know a head count before we can, set this up. So RSVP.
Right.
All right, y'all. Right. I'm gonna let y'all go on about y'all business. Appreciate you. Peace out.
Okay. Party like it's 1999. She's gonna do the damn thing.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like you said, it's times where he hasn't called the best plays neither. But like Noah said, it's actually a lot more than good. Like you said, you 3 turnovers away from 3 wins. And that was the same as that thing from last year. You can call plays, but if players don't execute, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So
So
Arthur Smith gets the blame. Because what it sounds like to me is Drake London fumbling the ball against the Saints game was Arthur Smith's fault. Mariota fumbling against the Saints the first game was Arthur Smith's fault. Taquan Graham fumbling after the phone, that was Arthur Smith's fault. That's 3 games right there in itself.
I just think complaining about a man's play calling is a cop out. I just find the cop out because if, like K-Star say, if those guys execute even on bad play calling,
let me say it like this. They complain more about Arthur Smith play calling than Dirk Cutter's play calling. That shit was absolutely horrible.
He can literally call out his plays. He can literally call out Dirk Cutter plays. It's gonna be an ass and it's gonna be a draw. That's literally every play.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I hear more complain about Arthur Smith play calling than Dirk Cutter.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest difference is one guy is running the football, the other guy was pass happy football.
You need guys to execute, bro. Like I said, bro. Don't like I said. I think play calling, complaining about it because it ain't nothing pretty about what Sean Payton does. He called the same shit over and over, a bunch of slants and a bunch of flat routes out of the backfield. That ain't nothing spectacular.
Right.
That's his whole offense is slant Michael Thomas, throw the ball to Alvin Kamara, and occasional run the ball. That's their whole offense. Where the genius come in?
He said, "Stop the cap, y'all. We killed Cutter. Not as much as y'all do Arthur Smith. I'm telling you for a fact. Nah. It was more Matt Ryan blame than it was Dirk Cutter play call. Trust and believe.
Yes, that's something we know for a fact.
We got damn near fact.
We got damn near over 40,000, 50,000 people, not only on YouTube but even on Facebook, and we see this on a daily basis. And I promise you, it's more hate for Arthur Smith than it is for Cutter. Y'all did not go in on his past. His phone line Arthur.
Gee, that's what I'm saying. But let's get back to the task at hand. So getting back to the press conference for Ryan Nielsen. There was a couple quotes that he said in this press conference that intrigued me. It intrigued me. First of all, he kind of comes off. He comes off just like Arthur Smith. Kind of like he's kind of a dick in a way, depending on what questions you ask him and how many times you're gonna ask the same damn question. I don't know if anybody paid attention to that. And there was another thing where they asked, and there's another thing they asked him too, especially about the 3-4 and the 4-3. I know they asked him questions like, would his defense be a 3-4 or 4-3 defense? And you said it earlier, like they're not going to really change much from what they have here, which is he's acknowledging that Dean Pease has built the foundation. They just need him to take it to the next level. This dude basically said, I don't give a damn if it's 3-4, 4-3. The main objective is to hit a motherfucker. That's all he said.
That's all I heard. That's all I heard.
Right. So what's your thought? What was your thought? Is there any other things that you took from there? Or you want to speak on that part?
It's the mentality. That I absolutely love when it comes down to it. It's like his thing is he want to get stops. It's like he didn't preach turnovers like Arthur, Dan Quinn did. Dan Quinn always preached we need to get turnovers. He didn't care if the guys were really good on defense. He just wanted to get turnovers. You know what I'm saying? So like I didn't hear that. I didn't hear any artificial bullshit.
Oh, let's get this super chat out the way, man. Shout out to Desmond Capel for the $4.99. We sorry missed that one right quick, but he said according to Goodell, Arthur Smith has until his contract is up because he's tired of teams firing coaches for years of money. Goodell Arthur Smith has until his contract is up because he's tired of teams firing coaches with years and monies left on their contract.
That hasn't been an emphasis. That definitely has been an emphasis. I do remember that. He's been talking about that for the last 2 years or so. So I know that to be true. Because it comes down to the teams aren't living up to their own standards. Like you can't say, all right, we believe in you, but after 2 years you find the guy.
Yeah. And Michael W here said Arthur Smith has coached his butt off, 7 wins again after gutting the roster and having no cap room. He must know something.
I mean, that's why I'm baffled by all the negativity towards him. Like, bro, it's some teams out here that barely winning 3 games a year. And Houston is one of those teams. They barely winning. And we up here complaining about 7 wins. That's literally how like even the Saints, like the Saints they went on their run by winning 7 games in a row back to back to back. And they became, once they got the coaching staff right, they got the players that they wanted, that's when they started going on their run. Mm-hmm. The same thing for the Chiefs. Like they were going, like they was winning 7-8 games a year when they had Mr. Check down there. And then they started getting better players and better coaches, and that's when they started going on the run. So it's like y'all frowning up for 7 wins, but it's the start. That's the beginning of something great when you start winning 6 games every single year. That's a mark of great coaching, of good coaching, I should say.
And Bubba Gump here said when they said 3-3-5, they got quiet. He already likes Smith, Fontenot, and Pease. Don't put up with the media BS. Yeah, his I think his mentality is like, shit, whatever the fuck personnel I got out there, we gonna go ahead and get it. So, like I said, he's pretty much fitting. He's pretty much fitting in on where these coaches are as far as the mindset is like, hey man, I'm gonna do it my way. And if y'all don't like it, y'all can kick rocks. And Noah here as well. He said again, Gruden's contract really got that conversation going. Yeah, they really did.
They paid him like $100 million for 5 years or something like that, and he only served like 2 years. Was it 2 years?
It was 10. It was like 10 years, $100 million. It was a 10-year, $100 million contract, and he served 3. I think. So the 3rd year, I think that's when he got. It was all guaranteed too, so they owed that mother about $70-something million. Yeah. But yeah, you go, yeah. But back to Ryan Nielsen, what was you saying on that?
The 3-3-5 is kind of what interests me. Talking about 3-3-5s, like we kind of seeing that already. It's like a lot of teams use a lot of stunts. What they linebacker, a lot of time that outside linebacker is really a 3-4 outside linebacker with that skill set, and that's why you got guys like Trey Anderson. Trey Anderson has the skills to be an inside linebacker and an outside linebacker. So those are the guys when you playing that 3-3-4, he can go inside because he has the strength and the size to go inside, and then you can put him outside and he'll, blow past the tackle. So it's like the 3-3-5 is something that teams already use. Sometimes that third linebacker is a DB like Isaiah. So most of those guys are pretty much the same size anyway. You're just interchanging different positions when it comes down to it. Different versions of the three-man front that you can kind of, mix and match with.
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially what the you just adding, like I said, it'd be some case where you just adding a bit nickel at that outside position. Like you said, it could be a possible. Like you said, that's Isaiah Oliver. It might be another safety they may be looking at. Like I said, they may see a safety in this draft, like a JL Skinner or something like that. That's big enough to be able to play a role like that. Like, we don't know. Basically, what he's saying is, bro, we gonna do about what the I'm gonna just say, like, the objective is we getting after it. I don't give a damn what. So it's gonna be some corner blitzes coming up too. So expect to see AJ Terrell blitzing the quarterback a little bit more. So
I'm stuck on is why y'all keep putting these expectations on a guy that's been in the league. He's won 7 games back to back to back. The coaches that we call the greatest have done exactly that, but somehow he doesn't deserve a second, a third, or fourth chance. Do anybody know how many games that Sean Payton won in 3 years with the Saints, and they still kept him? 21 games in 3 years. He went 7-9 3 years in a row. If they would have gave up on Sean Payton because he went 3 years in a row, winning 7 games, they would have never got to this point where they are consistently in the playoffs every single year. Sometimes you need failure to help you get over the hump. Like, everybody thinks, oh, you just automatically going to become a great coach. Bill Belichick is the epitome of what patience is. He sucked.
Oh yeah. Oh, he God, sucked. That motherfucker. He was absolute garbage. Garbage in Cleveland.
But he perfected his system because he failed. Failure creates greatness. We see Michael Jordan say it all the time. Michael Jordan got cut. He ain't make a team. But that drove him to a whole nother level because he failed. And now he's the great player that we know today. LeBron James, the same thing. He failed. He was like, look, this is what I need. I need this, I need this, I need Wade, I need this type of player in order for me to succeed. So everybody look down on failure as something bad, but failure is your best teacher.
It almost sounds like a conversation we had before. We're talking about the failure and all that. But like I said, that the case. Like I said, you thinking like that. Like I said, you're looking for the failure. You're not looking for the improvement. You're looking for the failure because you're putting a big emphasis on the. Actually, you're putting more emphasis on him not getting it done instead of talking about, oh, maybe he can improve it. Maybe he can improve this shit. But you're putting more emphasis on the failure aspect of it, the positive aspect of it, of what improvements can be made. We're putting more the energy on is I don't care if he succeeds. I don't want him to fail. You see how that sounds?
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Rich for this one. He said Garrett Gray and Nielsen's gonna work heavily together, put our current players in the best position possible to be successful, and they're gonna get the best out of our players. Right. That's why you, like you said, that's why you got those experienced coaches like that.
Oh no, boy.
No,
That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's a perfect example right there. But,
not the ringmaster.
The ringmaster.
Rocky Maivia.
And I don't know what Rocky Maivia, those was massive failures. Okay, massive failures. Anybody remember Triple H old gimmick? Y'all remember Triple H old gimmick?
The blue blood gimmick, or his WCW name, Terrorizer.
Oh, Terrorizer, boy. Bro, like I said, failure is your best teacher, bro.
All right, man.
You just got to give it. Like I said, it's just giving guys time to grow. Because when I started this, bro, I didn't even want to be on camera, bro. I didn't even want to be on camera. Ooh, I was bad, bro. I was bad. I was terrified of the camera. Like now, shit, I don't even give a fuck.
And here's another comment right here, and this is another one that's one of those dangerous comments as well, because this is what I talk about as well, is if it's somebody you like, the leash is long.
What's up, man?
But if it's somebody that you don't really like, or somebody that you like, okay, I don't hate him, but I'm not feeling him, the leash is shorter.
Yep.
He said he hasn't proven that he's going to be effective long-term starter. I mean, 4 games is not enough. You literally seeing a quarterback in the Super Bowl right now who literally was on the trading block last year because they didn't know what he was going to bring. And if you don't know who I'm talking about Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
Bam.
You talking about Josh Allen, who was damn near on the trading block in Buffalo because they didn't think he was going to improve his game. Okay. Of course, he still makes those mistakes like that and stuff like that, but there's no tell. Like I said, they gave him a chance. And this is what we keep talking about, this long leash, short leash shit. Because if it's somebody that you really, really, really like, that leash is longer. Like I said, 4 games is not enough to prove to see if somebody is long-term starter or not. The only way you're going to know is your 2023 is going to be the year you're going to find out. What's happening?
I got a question for you.
You know what? Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. Speak on it. I know you're ready to speak on that, man. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'll give you an example of that. Where what has Lamar Jackson did in the playoffs? Nothing. But some of our fans and our fan base are ready to give up on Ridder, or not give up, but not give him the full support off of 4 games. It doesn't make any sense. Like the math is not mathing. Like it's either you're gonna give him. No, we're not saying just give him the keys, because we've said that we need to bring in the veteran quarterback to push him on numerous occasions. So I don't understand that part.
Like I said, like I said, look. See, the problem is it sets a dangerous precedent because now that's the expectation that you're going to have to set for any guy that comes here, regardless on who it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let's do it. For example, let's say if they did bring in one of these quarterbacks everybody wants, Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Anthony Richardson, but we're gonna use those three for example. If put in the same situation where, and we're just using this, let's just say they didn't draft a quarterback, they didn't draft Desmond Ridder, nothing like that. So they draft a quarterback this year. And he's put in the same situation, and these guys are put in the same situation to where they only played 4 games and they put the numbers like that up. Are we saying the same thing? That's a question that needs to be asked.
Yep.
If we put one of these other quarterbacks, are we saying the same thing?
We're not saying the same thing. See, the thing is the Falcons, everybody keeps saying the Falcons have not seen him as a starter.
How?
Then why the hell is he starting?
How?
Let me say that again. Let me say that again, okay? Because that probably went over so many people's head. If the Falcons, everybody keeps saying the Falcons have not set him as a starter, then why is he the starter? Let me go to the depth chart. What do you guys see when you go to the Falcon depth chart? Who is QB1? K-Style, dude. I'm gonna wait for K-Style to see. I just want to let people.
Well, now,
I'm just saying.
Right. I mean, right now it's Desmond Ridder.
That's what I thought.
So, let me ask you another question. Who is RB1?
Tyler Algier.
Anybody want to take it? Do the Falcons have the Falcons came out and said that they have, like, he is our running back of the future? Have they come out and said that?
No.
I think so.
All right, let me ask you another question. Who's our Pro Bowl guard?
Chris Lindstrom.
Have they come out and said we're going to build this team around this offensive line around Chris Lindstrom?
No.
I'm just asking questions. That's the. I don't.
Do they really need to do that?
We focus. That's exactly my point. That's exactly my point. Do we really need to see? We can see it based on how this roster is currently constructed, and based on the players that are playing. Do we really need to say that AJ Terrell is CB1? Why does he have to say that? Why does he have to say that Desmond Ridder is our guy? That, like I said, that's my whole point when it comes down to this. Right, confirmation to say, all right, he's our guy, instead of just saying, all right, until they trade for another guy, which they haven't done, until they brought in another wide receiver, like the Falcons, for instance, like when they drafted Drake London, what did we do not 8 weeks, 9 weeks later? We traded away Calvin Ridley, didn't we? Then we traded away Calvin.
That's what I
Not
thought.
so much we say that Drake London, They didn't say Drake London is our wide receiver for the future. It's the actions behind what they're doing. So we don't need him to come out and say that Drake or this guy is our guy. It's all about the actions.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't brought in another. So until they bring in another quarterback, until they bring in another coach or whatever, another player, the actions speak louder than the word. So right now, until we bring in another quarterback, why is he not our guy?
And then you also have to think about if they do bring in another quarterback, it depends on what quarterback they bring in.
That is true.
It depends on who they bring in. Because like you said, if you're like, I'm gonna use an example. So if they bring in a guy like let's say Teddy Bridgewater. Is that really competition? Or is that mentorship? See, when you're talking about competition, this is where we gotta get the biggest difference from when we're talking about competition and mentoring. See, when you're talking about bringing in a guy like, okay, let's say Jacoby Brissett, Teddy Bridgewater, let's see Jimmy G. Like, these are guys that have won games in the league, but these are not guys that you're coming in and saying, okay, you're the automatic starter. We're going to sit Desmond Ridder.
Yep.
See, when you're talking about competition, now you're talking about bringing in a guy like Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers.
There we go.
See, that's where that's where the line is kind of toting with it. I want them to bring a veteran quarterback. A veteran quarterback that can mentor Ridder and help push him. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's a difference between bringing in a backup quarterback to push him and be that competition. And go ahead.
My thing is, everybody keep talking about competition. It's not competition. It ain't competition at all. That's adding to the team. Everybody keep talking about like competition. You're adding depth to the team. Depth ain't always about competition. We're looking for depth. We didn't bring in Matt Shaw to compete with Matt. We brought him in to add depth to the team, to that spot. If something happened, that's what we did. So it's not competition. They're going to bring in guys that's going to come in and be something for the team. Everybody keep talking about, well, we need to have competition. We don't need to have competition. We need quarterbacks and players that understand the scheme, and they're going to help the team win, not to hear and compete against the Ridder or whatever the quarterback.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask y'all a question, if y'all don't mind. Who's the backup quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs?
Oh Lord, what the name?
I'm not sure.
That's a good question.
I mean, we seen him play, but not often. I'm talking about when Mahomes like I said, right early in Mahomes' career. Who's the backup quarterback?
Good God, I just literally saw. I know it's some sorry.
Bro, I know exactly who you're talking about too. I got
it. You see how long it's taking for you to think about that? So nobody damn knows.
No, okay. I know his name. I'm bad with names. I'm
Chad Henne.
Showed over.
God damn it.
Is it Chase
I thought it was Chad. I don't know what.
Chad Henne or some shit like
that. Chad
Henne. Was he competition for Patrick Mahomes?
Hell no.
Who is the backup quarterback for Josh Allen?
Oh God.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
See, nobody knows.
Good God, Jesus Christ. Nobody knows anything. I'll be the first to tell you.
Who's the backup quarterback for Justin Herbert?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Who?
Who's the backup quarterback for Joe Burrow?
Don't know.
Mike Jones.
Who is the backup quarterback? Well, we knew the backup quarterback for Zach Wilson was Mike White, but who's the backup quarterback for Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor Lawrence. God, I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I think I got your point.
Yeah, I think we see it eye to eye. Okay.
The reason why I'm bringing this point up too is you see how the energy changed when you talk about everybody else's quarterbacks. But when we talk about our own, it's a little different.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a tad bit.
Hey, K-Styles.
Yo.
I believe, and this is just my opinion, that the actual backup quarterback situation is basically a cop-out because we don't like Ridder. Because if you think about it, if the quarterback was like and everything, was anybody, and I'm going to throw this out, was anybody talking about who the backup quarterback was for Vic?
Hell no.
There you go. So,
I remember that backup quarterback. Motherfucker, I think we won like 2 games with that motherfucker.
Yeah, but my
which was Peter Price's best year as a Falcon.
My point is, we're always looking for scenarios and excuses why Ridder can't do what he can do. Yet and still, you haven't seen enough of him. And the problem is, everybody is trying to count him out because they don't want the Falcons to give him enough time to see if he lives up to their expectations, not the Falcons. Because like Mike said, if he wasn't our QB1, why is he listed as a QB1? It's all semantics.
Let me ask this question. Was Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, was all these guys destined to be great when they first came out?
Nope, because most of them sat.
Nope.
No.
And that's the part we skip over. Nobody wants to talk about.
Mahomes sat 1 year.
Right.
He played 1 game his rookie year.
Aaron Rodgers sat.
Aaron Rodgers sat 3 years. The thing is, we don't know.
Right.
But the thing about those franchises and those coaching staffs is they had enough confidence in the guy that they believe in that, okay, they're going to give him the keys to the car.
Yeah.
See, you could use he's not on the level of those, but you have to remember Josh Allen was quoted to be one of the worst quarterbacks to come out his first couple years. Buffalo damn near was going to trade him. Yeah, Jalen Hurts damn near got traded.
This close.
Joe Burrow played 4 games his rookie year and got hurt.
But see, you made a very key statement. He's a rookie. He's a rookie that played 4 games, not the whole season. Most rookies play the whole season. He played 4 games. And they already talking about he's not that. These quarterbacks sat for years. Brady sat. This is what y'all not understanding. Y'all skipping over the fact. Y'all want him to be great. And because he's not already a veteran in his first 4 games, he's no good. No, he's what he's supposed to be, a rookie. And a rookie that did 2-2, that ain't half bad with throwing him in because trust me, if Arthur Smith and them did not trust that he could do what he do, he wouldn't have saw the field. We'd have still been throwing prayer passes with Mariota.
Here you go, Jesus. Take this.
I'm just
King
saying.
Kell said, King Kell here said right here, Allen didn't get it until year 3.
And that's the
And he was
problem.
absolute. He was ass at Wyoming. He just a motherfucker that knew how to who threw the ball fat hard as hell. He had a strong ass arm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something Mike said a while back about not being satisfied, because all season long everybody was crying for Mariota to throw the ball, and when he threw the ball, it was a catastrophe. Then they said put Ridder in, because I know Ridder can do it. We put Ridder in, and Ridder threw the ball, and Ridder actually allowed Drake London to come alive. It's like, okay, yeah, he threw the ball. That's good. But now our expectations is because he's throwing it. Now he got to get us into the playoffs. And because he didn't get us into the playoffs, now he's no good.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I gotta see this. Y'all gotta open up y'all minds, bro. When we talking about, look, y'all need to go back and watch The Matrix. Y'all probably didn't watch The Matrix. When we say open your mind. Everybody, you see, the problem is y'all see Josh Allen as he is today.
Mm-hmm.
It was not there.
Let me say this again. Y'all see Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen as they are today. Y'all didn't see these. Y'all don't remember when these guys
He played one game as a rookie. One.
Let me show you these numbers when we talk about Josh Allen in game 1. I just want to give y'all an example of this stuff. Because a lot of people just like.
Can I break? Can I break it down? Can I break it down in the most simplistic way I can say?
Break it.
It's nothing wrong with bringing in a veteran quarterback to back up for him. This is we're not saying it's nothing wrong with bringing in a guy like that. Going by this statement right here, there's one difference. There's one thing that you're not mentioning. Those teams had patience with the young guys that they brought in.
Facts.
This is all we're talking about. Go ahead, what's up?
Let me show you this. The guy, Josh Allen, his first game playing, he had 74 yards passing. Okay, 6 to 15, 74 yards.
Lord have mercy.
Okay. Game number 1. Game number 2, he had a better game, and that was 18 to 33, 245, 1 interception, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. So I'm gonna just go down the line real quick. All right, in that game, one more game. I just want to give just an example of why we're saying this type of stuff, because everybody is focusing on what these guys are, what they are as it pertains to date. Y'all not looking at what they were in the same time as Desmond Ridder. You're looking at Desmond Ridder as he is now, instead of looking at those guys of what they were in year 2 with Desmond Ridder, and that's the problem. And this is that's why it seems foolish. That's why it seems foolish to you guys. And even third game, he had a better. He regressed right back to, he had 15, 22, 196 games, 196 yards. So his numbers were damn near identical of what we're seeing from Desmond Ridder. You cannot compare guys as they are now, because Josh Allen is what he is now. You got to go back and look at them as their rookies and compare their projection. And that's the problem, that's the disconnect. Most people are looking at guys as they are now, instead of looking at these guys in their rookie and second year seasons. That's how you where these guys are compared.
Hey, Mike, and you know why that is? It's because 85% of the fan base did not know who these athletes were until the media told them. A lot of y'all didn't know was until the media hyped him up. Nobody knew who Patrick Mahomes was until the media hyped him up, unless you was following him from college. None of y'all knew. When the media crowns somebody as a good player, y'all jump on board. Until then, they don't exist. I don't care what their numbers are. And that's the reason why it's a disconnect. Like Mike said, the media dictates to you guys who's good and who's not.
This is I'm sorry. This is the ignorance. Like this statement is so stupid. Why can't we compare guys who in their rookie seasons? Because you said so.
Hello. So no, I get it what it is now. I get what it is. Nobody wants to go through the process. Let's just keep it.
Nah, they don't.
Nobody wants to see.
It's too uncomfortable.
I said, they want to be told who's good.
I'm telling you.
The process is uncomfortable for a lot of people because now here's the thing now. We done went from talking about competition. You said, wait a minute, hold on. So what? Hold on. Let me see what he said again. He said, all I'm saying is you can't compare them at all. I'm not looking at the finished product. I'm going off the argument that y'all make. No, the argument that we're making is saying there is a process that goes through here. Everybody doesn't start off great. Nobody knew Tom Brady was going to be the greatest of all time, the quote unquote greatest. I still think that's bullshit. But
he did not play like
going off that.
He was not playing like
nobody knew
all.
That shit was going to happen. And the reason why we're using these as examples is because these are examples of showing that, okay, if you give a guy time and if a team believes this is their guy, they're going to be patient with him. This is what we're talking about. See, the problem is with not all of us, but some of us is what I call talent envy. You want the finished product, but you don't want to go through the steps to get to that finished product.
Yep.
Nobody brings in competition.
Okay.
Hold on, let me finish this right quick. And here's the problem. See, now once you get the guy that you may say may be a better option, like some folk may say, okay, you bring in, example, CJ Stroud. If he doesn't do good his first year, are you ready to look for a quarterback the next year if he doesn't look good?
Yep.
This is the point I'm making is go ahead. You got super chat.
Okay.
Get that super chat from
me. No. We can get that super chat. I'll get that. Let me get that real quick. Ridder is Fred Butts. All right. Fred Butts, $10. Appreciate for the $10. Ridder is the only Falcons quarterback to beat Brady, not Vic, it was Ridder. Give him a chance. Appreciate it. And the point, and I'm gonna get to this too, but the point, everybody want to say that we need to bring in competition. Are there fields in Chicago? Do they are there for Trevor Lawrence?
No.
Did they bring in competition for Zach Wilson? Because Mike White he wouldn't look to even be any good. So they didn't bring him in for competition. He was just there. I can keep going down the list. Name the court that brought in the next year competition for that quarterback. But somehow everybody wanted the Falcons to do it. Just name a team. I want somebody to name a team when they drafted a quarterback, they brought in that competition the very next season.
I got a question. When did we recognize Tom Brady? Did we recognize Tom Brady between him being picked at number 6 overall or when he won his first Super Bowl? When did we really recognize Tom Brady? Because this is what I'm getting at. This is what we're talking about, the process. Nobody paid Tom Brady any attention while he was going through his losing streak in New England. Y'all all recognized Brady when he won his Super Bowl.
Bingo.
So the process, so the process between him sitting there crying because he was going pick 6 overall till he got his first Super Bowl, nobody can remember that part. Y'all remember his Super Bowls. But then you got these other quarterbacks.
One team did that.
Go ahead, Mike.
One team did that, and how did that? And my bad. The one team did that, and that was the Cardinals, and how that turned out for them.
Mm-hmm.
What they looking like?
They did shit.
The process. Everybody overlooks the process at a certain point in time because we want to get to the wins. That's just the nature of a fan. But when you understand the game, you learn to look at the process because the process is what gets the person to the win. So y'all see this team had potential. And I'm telling you, if Ridder would have got into the playoffs, we'd have a different conversation. But because he played 4 games at the end of the season and didn't get us into the playoffs, in y'all mind, he's not a winner. We need to try somebody else. And guess what? That next person is going to go through the same process. That next person is going to go through the same process. You can throw every quarterback in the league at this team, and if they are not already a veteran, proven by wins and championships, it's going to be a process. Number 2, do they fit our scheme? Y'all can snatch any quarterback out there from college and put them on the Falcons. If they don't fit the scheme, it will not work. You cannot skip the process. You can ignore it. You can act like it didn't happen. You can forget about it. But the process is what it is. So getting mad at the process ain't going to get you wins. Because the minute the quarterback don't work out, y'all looking for another one. And here we are, a team 10 years down the road still trying to figure out who we got at quarterback. Make it make sense.
Everybody, he meant 6th round draft pick. He meant 6th round. Nigga, don't try him on that. He meant 6th round.
Yeah, 6th round draft pick. Yeah. Y'all seen the story?
Like I said, the greatest quarterback of all time was drafted in the 3rd round. A lot of people don't know that.
Mm-hmm. Talk about it.
My GOAT quarterback is Joe Montana. 3rd round.
Facts. Put some fire in the chat.
Everybody's quote unquote GOAT was 6th round.
Mm-hmm.
Not mine.
Right. He's the most accomplished quarterback.
Right. Like I said, the quarterback, the quarterback everybody wants in Atlanta, Lamar Jackson, was drafted 32nd. That's essentially a 2nd round pick, if we're gonna be out. If you draft a quarterback late in the 1st round, that's really essentially a 2nd round pick. Like, it don't matter where you drafted, it's about what situation you're drafted into.
That part.
Bingo.
Because we know any quarterback that stays on the team long enough will have some success at some point. And we keep trying to tell y'all, Brady was in a system where the team was well built around him for a long time. So his process got better. It allowed him to get better.
Brady was brought in to be an asset, okay, to the team. He wasn't brought in to replace Drew Bledsoe. Drew Bledsoe was that guy.
Yep.
He was their starter.
If Drew Bledsoe don't get hurt.
But when Brady started playing, we're not even talking about that.
Right.
So it's not even we can say these things. We talk about everybody want to bring in competition. You're not bringing competition to replace a lot of people want to replace Desmond Ridder. When we draft a quarterback, that guy. Well, the last thing I want to make this clear too. Let me say this real quick, K-Style, because I think this is important.
I know somebody didn't just throw Nathan Peterman's name in here.
Yeah,
Nathan Peterman was not brought in to be a damn quarterback one.
Stop that! Stop that!
Stop the cap. Just
Hey, put it down.
Backup.
Put it down. Put it down right now. Do not pick that up. Put it down.
Yeah, like Murguy said, like we saying, ain't nothing wrong with being challenged. The thing is, there's a difference between competition and a mentor. Yes. See, when you're talking about bringing in competition, you're talking about going after a guy like Derek Carr, going after one of these Pro Bowl quarterbacks that may be free agents here. That's bringing in competition.
Do y'all realize? Go ahead, K-Style.
Like I said, you do know you go down that route, and you bringing in a guy like that. What message are you really sending to as far as dealing with young quarterbacks? Like I said,
that's exactly what I was about to say, K-Style. That's exactly what I was about to say.
What message are you really sending? Like I said, you draft Bryce Young, you draft CJ Stroud. So if you draft this guy, are you bringing in Aaron Rodgers?
Nope.
Once that quarterback gets to year 2 or 3, you bringing in Aaron Rodgers?
Nope.
In his prime.
My thing is to like what the last thing you want to do is come in and waste players' time.
Mm-hmm.
You wasting guys' career, you wasting guys' time.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing any coach want to do is kill a guy's career before they even get a chance. That's what happened with Josh Rosen. He never got a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And they like I said, they destroyed this man's confidence. They destroyed his career because they didn't want to give him a chance. And that's the mentality that you're going to have. And you got other players going to sit back and watch that type of stuff. If every year you're going to try to draft a quarterback to replace him because you want competition. You got to give guys time to grow without behind their backs and trying to feel like everybody after me.
Yeah, do you not realize that's telling a quarterback, hey, you're not a good fit for our organization, move on. And then the rest of the league is going to be like, why would I send any quarterbacks or prospects to the Falcons? Because they really don't care about the players that they get. They don't care about development. They don't care about seeing what they're capable of or any of that. They just want one and done. And that doesn't make this organization look well when it comes to the draft. Ain't nobody going to want to come here. No player wants to be a one-and-done player.
This man really used the 49ers as an example. Good God almighty. Hey. This man really used as an example. That whole team is a mess right now.
You using Purdy panties as an example?
Bruh. Didn't they whole quarterback room
That's
get
the
hurt?
worst example.
Like, come on, guys. We got to do better than this.
I mean, I know y'all don't like Ridder, but come on, at least respect the man enough to use somebody.
No, you can't have
Put some respect on his name, bro.
Respect the man at least.
You can't have competition. You're not supposed to have competition at that quarterback position. You're supposed to add guys that's going to add their own little flavor to that team to be a leader. Because the last thing you need as a supposed to be the leader is him always looking behind his back and thinking somebody going to get it. You don't want a paranoid quarterback.
No.
That may work for a running back. That may work for a receiver. the last thing that you want is your leader, your said leader, to be constantly looking behind his back.
Yep.
That's the last thing that you want. You can't play with a quarterback.
Ooh, boy.
And
ahead,
y'all
what you
do
thinking?
realize there is such a thing. We always talk about team chemistry. Because now again, you're throwing off the team chemistry. You're throwing off the offensive chemistry because you're not giving the quarterback time enough to gel with his weapons, time enough to gel with his offensive line. So yeah, you may get the quarterback in there that you want, but that carousel does not solidify the offense. So nobody is going to play with any kind of rhythm.
I want y'all to look at this. Hold on, wait, come on, pop up for me.
Brett Favre was 100 years old. What the hell are you talking about?
Oh my goodness.
Aaron Rodgers had 3
Where y'all buying
years.
that stupidity at? Because I need some of that. That's some y'all on that good stuff.
Here's
Y'all-
the
Y'all
difference
on
with
that
that.
good
You
and
don't,
stupid.
you don't want none of that, boy.
Y'all on that good and stupid. Wee.
So Aaron Rodgers
Brett
had the
Favre was
affordability to sit 3 years behind Brett Favre.
Lord have mercy.
So y'all mean to tell me Brett Favre was on the field in the whip?
35.
Brett Favre was in a recliner throwing the football? Is that what y'all telling me?
Brett Favre was he was already in his mid-30s when they drafted Aaron Rodgers, bro. You don't do that for young quarterbacks because you kill their confidence.
Hell, think about it. Somebody used the example earlier about the Washington football team with RG3. They drafted a backup quarterback in the same goddamn draft.
Same draft. Yep.
And how
One
did that
guy
work out?
wanted this guy, the other guy wanted this guy.
Mm-hmm.
How did that
It
work
turned
out?
out to be a mess. And
A hot mess.
Let me say this. When you're looking for a backup quarterback, and I hate that we talking about quarterback because this whole show is not supposed to be about quarterback, but then it goddamn with the quarterback.
Thank you.
This is some bullshit. This is what we talking about. I'm gonna have to turn to the side because I gotta face something. I gotta turn to the side, y'all.
Oh shit. Uh-oh.
I think people are misconstruing what we're saying, thinking we need to bring in somebody like Luis Perez from the XFL or something to be the backup quarterback. I think people getting this shit confused.
Oh gosh. Where's my whiskey? Where's my whiskey?
Y'all acting like we talking about bringing in Aaron Murray to be the backup quarterback.
Oh shit.
This is not what we're saying. Like I said, for me personally, the perfect backup quarterback for this offense will probably be a guy like Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
mm-hmm. Because he know he's not going to start. He know he's not going to be started. He know he's not the future, but he has ability.
He has ability, and he is a guy that has won games in this league. This is where it's all getting lost at. I think this is really where the issue comes down is. Some of y'all motherfuckers thinking that we talking about drafting, talking about bringing in Jake Fromm as a backup quarterback. No.
Oh shit. I think I just threw up in my mouth.
Y'all got to understand, a backup quarterback is complementary to the main quarterback. In the event that he gets hurt, he can manage the offense. He's not competition. Y'all trying to what y'all trying to do is y'all trying to sneak in another number one because you don't like Ridder. Let's just cut the crap. Y'all don't like Ridder. Y'all don't want Ridder. So y'all trying to use any excuse, any scenario to slide a quarterback in the back so that when Ridder doesn't play the way you want, put that guy in because he's better.
This is coming from a therapist, so you know he gonna tell it to you in the therapist way.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Better tell them one.
Yeah, they don't want Ridder. Y'all don't want Ridder. Y'all ain't gonna give him no time. Y'all don't want to hear about development. Y'all don't want to hear about none of that. If Dirk Cutter was a backup quarterback, y'all be saying he need to come to the Falcons because y'all don't like Ridder. And yes, I said it.
Let's see.
Yep.
See,
I just
hold
find
on.
it.
Hold on. I'm finna look.
I just find it funny that
stuff.
everybody only talking about everybody only talking about competition for Ridder. Nobody in competition for Desmond Drake London. Nobody saying the competition for Kyle Pitts. It's really the competition for him. Like we don't even want competition for Caleb McGarry with Jalen Mayfield. Y'all just like no.
Mike,
We need it's on him. That's the problem that I have.
See, no, this is the confusing part. Like this is the confusing part. Let me give you some quarterback names here. I think this is who they think we talking about. Y'all ready for this list? I think this is who they think we talking about bringing in as backup quarterback.
here we go.
Jeff Driscoll.
No,
Backup quarterback.
Hell no.
Cooper Rush, Brett Ripon, John Wolford,
I'm
PJ
nauseous.
Walker, Trace McSorley, Jared Stidham, Bryce Perkins, Eaton Stick.
Look at my foot,
Who? Did you say Stick?
What?
What my ex like
Wait a
that?
minute. Is his name Stick? No, let me tell you something. I don't care what kind of money or what kind of league. I don't want nobody on my team named Stick.
Return the sender.
Look, we're not.
Oh, you
See,
said
this is where y'all getting it confused. See, y'all thinking we're talking about bringing guys in like that. No, that's not what we're saying.
Hell no. We won't
Yeah.
go.
You running the
What
signs
we're
talking about.
saying is you want a backup that has experience playing in this league, but you also want a backup that's willing to mentor.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, Jacoby Brissett, Teddy Bridgewater. Geno Smith ain't he gonna get his money, so ain't no way in hell. Like,
Well, it took Geno
those really
Smith
the
30
only
years.
two guys. That's really the only two guys in free agency as backup quarterbacks that have experience in winning games and can also help mentor.
That's the point. That's
These
part
are
of
the
his
guys
development.
we talking about, right?
See, y'all got to understand, having a backup quarterback that's a veteran that can point out the little nuances of the game he may not be privy to right now is part of development. It ain't just the coaching. It ain't just him reading the playbook. You don't want somebody competing with him because he's not going to learn from him. He's going to be, like Mike said, he's going to be too busy trying to outplay him.
Right.
Instead of learning his
Y'all want Josh
craft.
Johnson as a backup quarterback? Because I damn sure don't.
Look, what happened to JT Daniels?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He was looking over his shoulder the whole fucking time because he knew.
Mm-hmm.
But why? Oh, okay. So why are we not talking about competition for inside linebacker?
Question.
Wasn't that a problem all year? I'm just
Hold on. I love this question right here. Let me do this. Oh my God, I love this question. You just ran right into everything that we've been talking about with just this one
Lord.
question.
See, here we go.
You think you smart? You really think you intelligent by asking this question? You really just ran.
Put the glue down. Put the glue down.
Let me say this.
Wait a second.
What if Ridder is okay?
Oh Lord.
What if he's okay? I'm okay with that. Because guess what? If we literally have an okay quarterback in San Francisco, there's nothing special about what he's doing. And he ended up leading them to the NFC Championship, helped leading them to the NFC Championship. But they've been led by that defense and that offense, the offensive line and running game. So it's okay for a quarterback to be okay.
Ain't that when we built it here, Mike?
Wait.
That's look, hold on, stop. That's literally what Michael Vick was. Michael Vick was okay.
Okay.
The Falcons defense was great. The Falcons defense was led by guys like Johnny Abraham and Jonathan Babineau.
Yep.
They were literally okay. The offense wasn't great. They couldn't pass a damn lick outside of to Algie Crumpler. But they ran the damn ball and they played solid defense. I'm okay with our quarterback being fine. Everybody loved the Michael Vick era. Everybody loved the Michael Vick era, but they don't realize we were led by defense in that era.
Facts.
By what?
What about the 85 Bears? The 85 Bears, they were led by a defense. Their offense wasn't great. The 2001 Baltimore Ravens, they were led by defense. I'm okay with the quarterback. Okay. I'm good.
Hey,
I'm good now.
But here's the joke. Here's the gag. He's already okay.
Oh.
He's already okay. You put him in 4 games, he won 2. And he wasn't, and nobody thought he was gonna do that. On top of that, he beat a Tampa Bay team that nobody thought we were gonna beat the whole season. He's already okay. But what Mike said went over your heads. Okay quarterbacks that were backed up by phenomenal defenses. And this is what we keep telling y'all. We don't need a quarterback. We need to build a defense to complement the quarterback.
Hey, I was about to say, I want y'all to see this right quick. Because Mike, I think this dude done road runner into your damn point right here.
Yep.
Hopefully it pops up on the screen. You just answered your own damn question right there.
Get them in their feelings and the bias is exposed.
Yep.
You answered your damn question right there.
They set themselves on
they
fire.
They have
every
the best roster. They can afford an okay quarterback. We can't. So why the fuck are we talking about this shit? Well, we got a whole goddamn roster we need to that we're trying to build.
Because we don't like Ridder. And instead of admitting we don't like Ridder, we're coming up with all of these goofball excuses to combat the fact we don't like Ridder. So anything other than, hey, Ridder's going to work for us, just say you don't like Ridder. And we'll build a team, okay? Okay, Pumpkin?
Just like Drew here said, again, build the team. Boy, build the team.
Hey, y'all. Drew said build the team. Bill, boy. We need defense. Here. And
since we're going to use San Francisco, as an example, See, we're gonna use San Francisco as an example. Said Bubba said been working on that defense for more than 2 years. It didn't just come out of nowhere. Man, San Francisco been building that defense for at least 6+ years, bro.
Yeah. Come on, man.
That's the
Thank you.
culture in San Fran. It's defense
Thank
and
you.
running the fucking football.
That's been that culture since the 90s, bro. Come
You don't get a top anything defense in 1 year.
on, guys.
I'm sorry. From start to finish, you do not get a top ranked defense in any team in 1 year. Cut it out.
Use your brain cells, son.
You
Use
ain't
your
even,
brain cells.
most teams don't even have the capital to get all the players they want to get in one draft. So how are you figuring they're gonna have a defense like that that's gonna be jiffy quick? It don't work like that.
Hey, we're gonna start winding it down here in a few minutes, but I just came with an epiphany. I know what the problem is.
Uh-oh.
I know what the problem is. It ain't Desmond Ridder. It ain't the problem is not Desmond Ridder, the quarterback.
Oh,
The problem isn't
I know
Desmond
what's
Ridder, the
going.
quarterback.
I see where you're going with this.
The problem is Desmond Ridder doesn't have the star power at the position.
Yes. Yes.
I see the shot light.
Ta-da!
He doesn't have the star power for that position. See, when we're talking about a lot of these other quarterbacks, like you were saying before about the putting the shine on the quarterbacks like the other ones, remember, these were guys that were backed up by media hype, and it was like, okay, yes, this is the guy that you must see. This is the guy that you must see. Desmond Ridder is not one of those guys. He doesn't have that media hype like that. Really, the main hype he really only gets is, let's just be honest.
He's like the motherfucker that be eating baking soda. That's what he is. You know how motherfuckers do baking soda? Just like, bro, how you like that plain shit? That's what they. That's what Desmond Ridder.
Hey,
All right.
go to the
Boiled
club,
chicken.
get you a club soda.
Hit boiled chicken with no seasoning.
No seasoning at all.
No
That's what they is.
Seasoning.
Hey, Mike, got a question though. Didn't some of these so-called fans say that Desmond Ridder's play was Matt Ryan-esque?
I do recall.
Now,
those statements.
If we remember right, was Matt Ryan on the popular Starlight list?
No.
I don't think so.
See, so if you have a player that is Matt Ryan-esque and Matt Ryan wasn't a quote unquote celebrity star type player, you kind of see where this is going. He's a boring yet effective quarterback.
See,
So I'll say this: we want to be entertained losers instead of uncomfortable winners.
Mm-hmm.
basically acting like a bunch of mean girls. Let's just be real.
Pretty
Wow.
much. Pretty much. Now.
Damn, I mean, girl. Hold on, I need to look up something real quick. I gotta look up something.
Lamar Jackson elevated. They said Mahomes and Jackson have elevated average rosters. Baltimore has had one of the top defenses in this league for the last 6 years. I don't know if that's considered average. Patrick Mahomes literally winning. Patrick Mahomes got drafted to a team that was 14-2 the previous year.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's average.
yeah.
The hell you talking about? Ain't nothing average about neither one of those rosters. The
Nope.
hell?
Because Baltimore was known for their defense. Period. When you went to Baltimore, you knew you was gonna get dealt with on their defensive side. Trust me.
Dog fight.
Right. See, when you have a team that's established or a team that's already built like that, you can take that chance.
Yeah.
But the problem is you have a lot more that needs to be handled. Like you said, the Kansas City Chiefs was in the playoffs the year before Mahomes got drafted.
Yep.
I think they was in the AFC Championship game, were they not? Or they at least made it to the second round.
But again, K Styles, who knew with that team until Mahomes did his thing, who was paying attention to him outside of the few people that were speaking highly of him from college? This is what I'm talking about. Until the media dubs these quarterbacks this and that, nobody pays attention. And then that is the history that you remember from here on out, but you never see the process. What if Kansas City wasn't an established team? Then Mahomes would have had to go through the process, and a painful one at that. But y'all want to talk about that.
Let me say something too, because I want to. Everybody say that Ridder isn't good enough, and I just want to give you guys some combine numbers, all right? Because everybody think that Ridder just isn't fast enough. He isn't a good enough athlete.
See,
I just want to give these numbers out real quick because everybody consider him not to be a good athlete. All right, so we're gonna look at Josh Allen's combine numbers. Anybody know where he ran in the 40?
It was looking fine.
Honestly, I don't give a damn about none of them combine numbers.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Keith. Go ahead.
Josh Allen ran a 4.76. Aaron Rodgers ran a 4.71. All right. Desmond Ridder. Anybody want to take a guess what he ran? A 4.52. So the issue isn't the fact that he's a good enough athlete, because those guys that y'all admire aren't as good of an athlete than Desmond Ridder. That's a fact. You see how that works?
Truth hurts.
Let me read it. Let me read these numbers again. We're talking about the 40. All right. Mahomes a 4.8. Aaron Rodgers a 4.7. Josh Allen, the great Josh Allen, a 4.7. Desmond Ridder, a 5. So it's not a matter of is he a good enough athlete, because he's a great athlete. The numbers state that. The fact of the matter is it's your taste in quarterback, and everybody's entitled to their taste in quarterback. But don't make up bullshit narratives because you don't like them. Because if you knew what his numbers were, if you knew what his combine numbers and all this, well, you wouldn't be saying it. The fact of the matter, he doesn't run around like a damn chicken with his head cut off like every other quarterback in the NFL right now. Most of them, I would say. He actually wants to be a quarterback and stand in the pocket and deliver passes to his wide receivers. Different in his game. Because he is a great athlete. Great.
The problem is we don't tell them what they want to hear. This is why we getting so much kickback. This is why we've been getting so much kickback for the last couple of years on the stuff that we be saying, because we don't tell people what they want to hear.
Nope, not a bit.
Like you said, at the end of the day, if I have to explain this one more goddamn time, so I won't. Because Motherfucker got earplugs in their ears. Let me say this one more time.
He up his Sam
One-
stutter. This
one more
motherfucker
game.
is stutter like Sam, so you know he pissed. Again,
I am
K-Styles,
down
let me
with
say that.
bringing. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mike.
I think everybody keep talking about like it's not a good sample size. Who said it's not a good sample size? Because you said that. It's not up to us to determine whether or not his 4 games isn't enough. It's up to the head coach. Like me personally, I think you need more than 4 games to say you're a good quarterback anyway.
Facts.
I only make a determination on what the quarterbacks are after 3 years. But it's not up to me to determine whether or not Desmond Ridder is good enough after 4 games. It's up to his coach to determine whether or not he's good enough. Because all of our takes are bullshit if we don't see him in practice.
Right.
You see where we're going with this? My opinion on this is faulted because I haven't seen him in practice. Your opinion on Desmond Ridder is faulted because you haven't seen him in practice. I can't tell you how smart he is in practice and how great of a leader. But what I can do is when I see him on the field and say, all right, this guy's doing this and this guy's doing that. All right, he's a good quarterback based on what I've seen and based on what I compare with other quarterbacks. So it's not even a matter of is his sample size good enough. That's not something that I focus on. Because at the end of the day, it's only one person that makes that determination whether or not he's good enough, and that's Arthur Smith. The end.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. And people got to realize, honestly, these 4 games isn't a fair assessment anyway, because he doesn't have everything at his disposal like a normal rookie would going into the beginning of a season. So in other words, what we got was a secondary preseason out of him, but it was just it was in the end of the regular season.
Right. But like I was saying before,
K-Styles is broken, bro.
y'all are getting this
Woosah,
shit
K-Style.
confused.
Woosah.
Feng shui.
Your opinion is wrong because you're speaking on behalf of us.
Right.
You're thinking we're speaking to you, Bridget. Ain't nobody thinking about you. We're speaking a whole based on the opinions that we see on a daily basis. On a daily basis. So it's not directed towards you. This is the masses of people.
See, here's the problem. Like I said, it comes down to everybody has an opinion. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with everybody's opinion. Everybody has an opinion on one thing. The problem is a lot of people have a problem with our opinions because it doesn't feed into your egos.
Stroke my ego.
Make me feel good.
Basically, what I'm saying is our opinions don't make people feel good. See, y'all want y'all opinions to be heard, and that is fine. But when we're having a discussion, we're going to attack your opinion just like y'all attack ours. The problem is y'all want to attack ours, but you don't want us to attack yours. That's where the issue comes down.
That's basically it.
That's all it is.
That's it in a nutshell right there.
We get attacked for our opinions all the goddamn time. But what y'all see on this screen is nothing compared to what we get on a daily basis.
This G-rated. This G-rated right here.
Trust me.
This is-
Trust me. This for the kids right
Yeah.
here.
Right. Competition, mentorship is a conversation that needs to be had as far as what you're looking for in a backup quarterback. That is a valid point right there.
Yeah.
Like I said,
One, let me ask you.
y'all acting like we're talking about bringing in Jake Fromm, Luis Perez, and K Styles as your backup quarterback. We ain't talking about that.
Don't forget Nathan Peterman.
Oh my God! I told y'all, Dirk Cutter. He ready. He ready to lace up.
Hey, Warren.
Yeah.
We have this thing. I have this thing. And I'll call it critique time.
Okay.
Right.
And
I go through all the positives and negatives.
Yeah.
So it's something that we do all the time.
Yeah.
We critique one another. I'm not gonna sit up here and give Ant some bullshit if he didn't have a good show. I'm gonna say, all right, you need to get better at this. You need to do this. And me and Warren had several conversations. Like, Warren, you need to improve with this. Watch this with this guy. Watch this with that guy.
Yeah.
See how they do it.
Yeah.
So I've critiqued everybody on this board, especially K Styles. I probably don't critique him. I probably don't critique K Styles more than I critique anybody.
It's
anybody.
But see, the thing is this, and y'all just hear me out. We're not discounting anybody's opinion. Everybody has a right to their opinion, but you have to be open-minded to a discussion of somebody may not agree with what you're saying. Period. You guys wouldn't be listening to us if we gave y'all the shit. We giving y'all the facts, the stats, and the truth. And sometimes the truth it's not going to jive with you. Even like Mike said, we don't always get it right. We don't damn know. But we open-minded enough to be like, all right, bet this could be a possibility. All we're saying is this. If we're telling you guys to trust the process, we're showing you why you need to trust the process. And then we're giving you instances. Yeah, you may not agree, but at the end of the day, like Mike said, them Falcons, they don't give a shit about what we say. They gonna do what's in the best interest of them.
Yep.
We can sit up here and give you a whole damn draft, tell you what's gonna happen and who gonna be the quarterback of what, and all that shit ain't gonna happen. And guess what? They don't give a damn if we mad about it.
But one, how can you be open-minded if you don't take the cotton out your ears?
Well, because like I said before, and I'm gonna say it again, winning and stardom is what gets people's attention. If Ridder would have got us to the playoffs, this conversation wouldn't be happening. Because what people would want to see is how well he does next year. But because he's 50-50 in 4 games on an unproven year, because you got to think he didn't play a whole season with all of the weapons at his disposal, nobody really knows where to put it. So when we tell y'all he's an okay quarterback and we give y'all instances, numbers, and all that, y'all not hearing that. Y'all hearing he did not get y'all to the playoffs. So in our eyes, he's not that guy. And I guarantee you, every other quarterback that they name, in their minds, well, he had experience. He could have done this, that, and the other. That's not guaranteed because nobody knows that. And then you're looking at Brock Purdy, who had the fortune of playing on a team that was already together, get into the playoffs. So y'all looking at Purdy versus the team and saying, well, Purdy led them. No, Purdy had a team that carried him in. Because you all complained about one thing about Matt Ryan. He was a good quarterback. He scored a lot of points, but we didn't win the game.
Let me say this to fan of Atlanta. Hit up Miss Maggie and we'll start that process for you. So just hit up Miss Maggie on Twitter. Email her at Maggie T at Atlanta Falcons Nation.com, and we will get that process started for you. But I'm telling you right now, if you don't like your ass yelled at, don't even bother.
Don't do it. Don't you do it. Save yourself. Just saying. If you don't like being told about yourself, don't do it.
I mean, let me say this one more time. This is the last time I'm gonna say this too. People gotta understand this too. If you can't write your sentence the proper way, the way that you want it to be to be put out, then write it the proper way. Because we're only reading what you state in your sentences that you're writing in the comments. So if your shit isn't straight, then don't come at us and say that our shit words are being put out in your mouth. You're saying this.
Or better yet, we're gonna do an open show tomorrow.
No, I don't think they're gonna. I don't think people gonna want to do that. Case.
We're gonna do an open show tomorrow.
You got the
we're
heart
gonna do one tomorrow. Because the thing about
we can do it.
A lot of these stuff that gets misconstrued is you can misconstrue a sentence if you're just reading the statement.
Okay.
To get the very clarification of what somebody is saying is you need to speak it.
Gotta speak it.
Speak it. So tomorrow is your time to speak. If you feel like your message isn't being conveyed properly, tomorrow is your day.
So Dre, Bridget, everybody that's in the chat, we're gonna be open tomorrow. So that's gonna be your time to shine. Cause like I said, I'm sick of reading shit. I need people to say something.
Hey, K-Styles. I said this on my Twitter. And I stand by every word I'm about to tell y'all.
Uh-oh.
Nobody likes a villain, right? But nobody takes accountability for creating a villain.
That's facts.
And if we gonna be villains for trying to help educate, whether y'all like what we saying or not, or the way we're delivering it, that's fine. That's your personal right. But at the end of the day, here's my question. If what we're saying and how we're conveying it is so bad, why are y'all here? Why are y'all tuning in? And that's not a shot. That's a question you gotta ask. You gotta answer yourself, because at the end of the day, like Mike said before, and I'm being serious right now. We're trying to break up the bias or the total disrespect of this team. And in order for us to do that collectively, we got to have difficult conversations amongst ourselves that you're not going to get from the media. Because the media are going to do one or two things. They're going to sugarcoat the people that they like, and they're going to disrespect the ones that they don't. And if you don't have these difficult conversations, and if you don't get into your team like that, you're going to get around a bunch of people that ain't for this team.
Bro,
and then your feelings really going to be hurt.
I'm struggling so bad not to do something. I'm
not
going to do
a
case.
Like
you
I
know
said,
exactly what I'm
I know what you're saying. Like I said, tomorrow on the 6-man convo, we can continue this conversation. But we're going to open it up.
Hey, K-Styles, let me get this. Yes, Bridget, I said people do not like Desmond Ridder. That's not something I came up with. That's a fact. But people cover it up with excuses. I mean, that's not something that we all don't know. And I'm not getting at anyone particular, but there are people that do not like Desmond Ridder and can't admit it. And they use every other scenario and excuse to diminish who this guy is when we have not seen him in his totality. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I could say this behind the screen, or I could say this on the screen. Doesn't matter. My stance is going to be the same.
All right, I'm sick of this bullshit. Let's end this fucking show because I'm about pissed off because I see some bullshit being written and completely contrary to what you're saying. So fuck this shit and we gonna end this show.
Hey, like I said, this is why I said before. 6-man K-Style, the heavy hitters, AFN, the whole conglomerate has essentially now became the bad guys of the Atlanta Falcon fan base. And I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
We are the bad guys.
Bro, I just want everybody to stand on their word. That's all I'm asking. Stand on your word. Because like I said, eyes and ears are everywhere. And I'm gonna keep it like that.
Right.
But Mike, hold on. How can you stand on your word?
No. Let me cool down. Let me cool down just a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone.
Look, like I said, we
love you guys. We do love you, but I don't like bullshit. Okay, I just want to say that.
Yeah, like I said, what we have been confirming for the last year, as far as these platforms going, we have now officially become the bad guys.
Yep.
A lot of people that used to like us don't fuck with us no more.
And I don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
So, what do Quavo say in the song? Bitch, that way. That's all y'all going right there.
That way.
Wow.
Oh man.
I still like that song. I like that song.
Hey man, hey bro, like hit us up, man. Like I said, bro, hit us up on hit up Miss Maggie and we'll get to you. I promise.
God damn. Well, my music stopped.
And Murga, we appreciate it, bro. We, like I said, man, our conversation ain't for everybody. We try to do the best we can to inform people. Some people gonna like your message, some people not. I mean, it's all good.
It makes everybody uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's all good, man. We gotta learn to have uncomfortable conversations and still be okay.
Yep.
Hit that end button because I'm getting so annoyed. Like, please hit that end button.
Like we said, until next time, people, 6-man convo open forum tomorrow. Man, Mike about to blow a gasket. Deuces.
Later.
Thank you. Sir. Appreciate it.
It ain't ended yet. It ain't ended yet.
Oh man. Good night, you all.
Don't see no.
Somebody end this shit.
All right. Hold on, I got you.